difficult to find another presidential election where the debates mattered so much. It seems like we hear that every debate, but this one, for real, for real. After the last one, President Joe Biden, as you know, was literally forced to drop out of the race. Tonight, it's Vice President Kamala Harris's turn to face off against former President Donald Trump. And she now has room to define herself. For many voters, this will be the very first time seeing her respond to questions in real time. And the polls show that voters say that they need to know more about her than they do Donald Trump. And that's where we will start our debate coverage this morning with Weijia Jiang. She's on the road covering the vice president's preparation for the big night. Weijia, good morning. Always good to see you. It's a big night for both of them, actually, but all eyes really on Kamala Harris tonight for many voters.
I've heard that like 2/3 of voters are going to tune into this or some shit. Actually crazy.
Oh, good morning to you, Gail. Good morning to everybody. You know, when Vice President Harris and former President Trump step onto that stage tonight, it will be their first time ever meeting face to face. It will also be her first presidential debate and Trump's 7th. And the way these two have prepared is drastically different.
How are you feeling?
Vice President Harris spent the night in Philadelphia after a 5-day stay in Pittsburgh, where she held extended mock debates with a stand-in for Trump, a former aide to Hillary Clinton who even dressed like the former president. Harris's team built a stage with bright lights to replicate the environment she will face tonight as she braced for Trump's tactics.
There's no floor for him in terms of how low he will go. And we should be prepared for that. We should be prepared for the fact that he is not burdened by telling the truth.
The setting will be familiar to Trump, but he has spent days tempering expectations.
You know, if I destroy her in the debate, they'll say, Trump suffered a humiliating defeat tonight, no matter what.
The two will not be able to engage in a tit-for-tat because the mic will be muted if it's not their turn to talk. Harris's team fears that will hamper her ability to prosecute the case.
Yeah, she's not very good at being concise and clear and hitting talking points. She is very good at cross-examining people, obviously, because she's a fucking prosecutor. And she's not going to be able to do that. So she's already coming in with, like, training weights on. It also sucks because they're depriving us of content. Obviously, I care about that pretty much more than anything else at this point because I've completely lost faith that the Democratic Party is actually going to do anything good. Like we'll see. I think that ultimately it is it's shitty. Everything that she has shown me so far, her campaign has shown me so far, is that yes, bro, I did cover the Tyreek Hill situation. Big Fins fan that runs a page and might post a clip from it to highlight the issue to a crowd that isn't exactly that sphere. Yes, I covered the fuck out of it for like an hour and a half. My man said big Fins fan. Chairman, wow. Okay, so as far as I know, Trump was... Dude, listen, you're Canadian, man. Okay, you already admitted that in the chat. I'm not trying to have this conversation with you, okay? I already have enough American liberals to deal with. I don't want to talk to some uneducated Canadian liberal on the matter and just like fucking have the same like relitigation of 2016 era memes, okay? No, it's not happening. Sorry. Just enjoy what remains of your current social healthcare structure before they fucking gut that, okay? Because it's coming. It's coming for you. Get excited about that. You know, everything that you see here in the United States of America in terms of like how our politics operates, it'll happen. And you will probably be doing the same like lesser evil voting advocacy for Justin Trudeau that you have done thus far, I suspect. And you won't understand how like neoliberalism gutted your institutions. I mean, it's already there for Canada. It is, you know, America's hat at the end of the day. How the fuck do you search a specific streamer on here nowadays? If you're asking for mobile, I don't know. There's no answer for it. Anyway, as I've stated, I have no expectation from tonight's debate. I do know this though. The odds are in Trump's favor because of the muted mic situation. The odds are against Kamala Harris because she is nowhere near as telegenic. Okay? Kamala Harris also is held to a different standard. Democrats are held to a different standard by mainstream media. Donald Trump can lie as much as he wants to. Donald Trump can flip-flop on positions as much as he wants to. And the media does not fucking hold him accountable in the same way that they hold the Democratic Party accountable. Why? Because the media still treats the Democratic Party as adults in the room. So they do get that benefit. They do get the benefit of being treated as adults in the room in the eyes of the broader electorate, but they also get that double standard. Sorry, them's the fucking rules, all right? It doesn't matter. You can complain about it. You can cry to the referee all day, every day. It does not matter. Shut the fuck up and work against the odds. If you're a fucking politician, you know this already. I'm a dumbass Twitch streamer. I don't even wear sleeves half the fucking time any longer, and I know this. If I know this, you know it too. It's your fucking job. Okay? Now, the problem is, I don't think Kamala Harris is capable of this. I've been thinking about this a lot in terms of like Donald Trump going out and doing these like big podcast moves, you know, trying to activate people that normally do not participate in the electoral process. Could Kamala Harris do that? Fuck no, she can't. Whose show is she gonna go on? Mine? What's she gonna do? Like, can you imagine a conversation between her and Theo Vaughn? I can't. No, we're not talking about The View, chat. Like, she'll go to The View, but that's already mainstream media. She's not even doing mainstream media. You say Pod Johns. All of her surrogates have been on the Pod Johns. Name one fucking Pod John appearance that any of her surrogates have done that has ever hit the same level of mainstream coverage as Donald Trump going on Theo Vaughn. One. I don't think she can do it. I don't think she's capable of doing it. So I don't even know how she's going to try to hit the fucking independent media angle regardless. She should go on the I've Had It pod. She has. You didn't even know that. She already has. See? That's my fucking point. Of course, this was before she became president, but still. It was before she became the candidate. Anyway. She could play Among Us like AOC did law, get that Gen Z vote. AOC is capable of conducting these sorts of interviews as a surrogate. But I don't think Kamala Harris is. That's all I'm saying. Tim Walz could do it, but it's still not Kamala Harris. Right now, what you're seeing is Donald Trump hitting the independent media angle and JD Vance hitting the news outlets. Kamala Harris has not hit any of the fucking news outlets. She did one interview. Tonight, she is going to be on the largest stage, far larger than the DNC. Tonight is the night where this will be her make it or break it moment. There's still like 20% of the electorate that don't know enough of her, don't know enough about her, are willing and able to vote for her. Tonight will be the night where either she captures the attention of some of those people or causes them to fuck off and never really go out to vote come November. And all things considered, there's a shit ton of pressure. Kamala Harris is not exactly a very charismatic individual. That much is obvious. And beyond the fact that she is not exactly a very charismatic individual, Kamala Harris also has a litany of complications that she must overcome. She is going to get hit on a lot of these things that she's already gotten hit on. Not by Donald Trump, mind you, by ABC. They're going to do the Dana Fast shit. They're going to be like, why are you such a flip-flopper? Okay, why'd you say defund the fucking police or abolish ICE or whatever, and then now you want to fucking build the border wall? These are questions that are going to come up. And the Dana Bash answers were not good. Okay? That's it. I'm actually surprised by that thing. I think Kamala's very charismatic from what I've seen. Come on, guys. I mean, I don't think so. Remember how much people yelled at me in the beginning when everyone was hopped up on the Kamala train and people were yelling at me because I said she's not charismatic? Oh my God. Remember chatters were being like, wow, you want a black woman to shuck and jive for you. That's what they said. You guys remember that? Anyway, the only successful line she's ever delivered in her entire political career was the most scripted and pre-planned line in that one debate about busing. She has zero charisma. Yeah. She has no charisma. Her policies are boring. She has no charisma. She's not telegenic. Her policy positions are boring. They're scared. She's running scared as and some people will say it's because she's a black woman. She's afraid of like disrupting the racists. The racists have made up their minds about her. Get the fuck out of here. She's literally a cop. And don't worry, she's still very much like the mechanical political operative that old people don't necessarily have that big of an issue with. So the real issue here is that she doesn't have any like policy distinctions from Joe Biden. What? Are you okay? This motherfucker's spamming this. Fine, ignore me, but I would have liked the poll. I don't know why you're withholding me, lol. Because there's 35,000 people in here, dog. I don't fucking see every goddamn spammer. Like, calm down. I'm a bit hyper. I did too much Ritalin today. Dial it back, chatter. Fuck. Like I said, not only is she not telegenic, her policies are boring, and also, even worse than boring, her policies directly tie her back to Joe Biden. Okay? Unimaginable L for the Kamala Harris campaign. Like, she was literally outperforming Biden on the economy for a fucking good reason. And now she's literally tying herself to the Biden administration. Biden is very unpopular on the economy. Biden was very unpopular on immigration. She's tied herself to fucking Biden on immigration too. It blows my fucking mind, bro. Biden is like, I'm doing 9/11 tomorrow. Maybe Kamala Harris will do that as well.
My granddaughter's birthday in New York. Then we're going to watch the debate. And then tomorrow I'm doing 9/11.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard him. You heard him, bro. He said, I'm doing 9/11 tomorrow. Yo, when an American president says that, that means something. That's way more meaningful than me saying 3 minutes of ads are coming for you at the top of the hour. You know what I mean? He said, I'm doing 9/11. Don't show up to work tomorrow. That's what he said. Yeah, I'm 27 minutes late. It's basically the middle of the hour. Shut the fuck up, you know? Subscribe if you don't want to see the goddamn top of the hour ads. What can she do to actually win this debate other than condemning Israel? One, she needs to just be fucking way cooler than she actually is, which she's not going to be able to do. Okay? But beyond that, I think in order to be able to win this debate, okay, and not for like some centrist person that like liberal media is always telegraphing their commentary towards that doesn't really exist in the real world because the American politics understander is an inherently contradictory position strung to one another, one after the other. And ultimately they end up, I feel like, voting on vibes more than anything else. So if she wants to actually get super fucking, the best boost possible from this, after a couple weeks of now cutting into her momentum post DNC, I think she just cuts ties with Biden on a bunch of shit. She's not going to do it. It's just not going to happen, man. It should have happened by now. It's not going to happen. I think it's also probably far too late. Cut ties with Brandon on fucking Gaza and denying fucking arms transfer to Israel because they're just refusing to come to the table to ceasefire. Cut ties with Brandon on the economy. Okay? Or rather, not cut ties with Brandon, but like be like, listen, the Brandon admin did a lot of good stuff. I worked on some of it. Okay? But our work is not done yet. We got to do more. Which she kind of does on that front. cut ties with Democratic Party and Brandon on immigration and be like, listen, what the Republicans are suggesting is insane. And they've lost their minds on how racist they are. Like, they're getting duped by fake stories about Haitian migrants eating cats. And then when they find out that they're in the wrong, they double down. Can you tell Weeby to stop? What? Too many ads? I'm predicting a sleepy Trump and a cringe Kamala, and every normal person hates this debate. Mod Tua and ban on that thing. Dude, why? Weeby, why are you like this, bro? Why? I much prefer you fucking sending me Nate Silver polling. Okay? Please get back to sending me fucking Nate Silver tweets about how smart and how right he is that Donald Trump's going to be president. Because this new bit is so much worse. This new bit is so much fucking worse than the Brett Cooper posting that you engage in, you fucking gooner. You goddamn horny monster, you. Okay? This man had to moderate a Discord. And a chat filled to the brim with liberals, and it just broke his brain completely. Anyway, how many minutes into the debate will 9/11 be mentioned? Should be the first gambit tonight. That's a good one. If she takes distance from Biden on Israel, she will lose Penn 100%. You know what's really funny about this take? There's no poll that suggests that. There are polls that show the exact opposite, but it doesn't fucking matter. I can give you 2 separate polls. Well, 3, as a matter of fact. 2 different polls conducted on swing state voters show that one, I believe it was like 36% of likely voters would be more enthusiastic to vote for the Democratic Party, with 0% of likely voters being less enthusiastic to vote for the Democratic Party if Kamala Harris were to, 1, push for a ceasefire, and 2, deny arms transfers to Israel. There's 2 different polls conducted on that subject matter. There's also another poll that came out of Haaretz that showed that American Jews, living in Pennsylvania, living in New York, California, and Florida primarily, but also some Jews living in Pennsylvania as well, say that Israel is the 9th out of the top 10 priorities, top 11 priorities, and that 75% are going to be voting for the Democratic Party. So, no, she would not be losing a single fucking vote, and she would be gaining a shit ton of votes. Everybody understands, especially American Jews, but everybody understands that, like, the Republicans are pretty goddamn anti-Semitic, regardless of their insane dick riding of the state of Israel. Okay? So, no. Also, this isn't even like Jews versus Muslims type situation anyway. So why did you say that when there is no evidence to point to this and only evidence to show the exact opposite? What leads you to write this? Are you getting paid? We'll see. That's it? We'll see? Give me a fucking answer. Do you see how easy it is to defend the existing order? That's it. You can just chirp like that. No fucking evidence needs to be shown. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion, and that's just the truth. This shit is endlessly frustrating. Oh, motherfucker said, trust me, bro. Gen Alpha Republicans, Trump has that yacht. Is this a real photo or is this an AI photo? Because I know he does have that bussy. I mean, this is a parody account, but I'm saying, like, is the photo real? Because I think I'm voting for Donald Trump now. Anti-Semitism isn't real, man. There's a Jewish Republican politician calling Muslim heads on Twitter. What the fuck do you mean? Anti-Semitism absolutely is real. What you also followed up on that, like, what you just followed up with also is completely irrelevant to the first ridiculous statement that you made. Take some fucking time off. The lighting is wrong. It's AI. I think the last thing I ever heard you say on TYT, is it possible to ban the streamer? Yes. It's when I, use anti-white racist slurs. It's so annoying and frustrating. I told one of my live friends that it would be wise for Kamala to distance herself from Biden when it comes to Gaza. And if she loses, she'll only have herself and Biden to blame. And she responded by saying she wanted to scream that I was being naive and said, enjoy Trump. Bro, liberals are going to enjoy Trump, I think. Like, they're going to enjoy it. Because they're voting for Trump from fucking 4 years ago on a lot of key issues anyway. You know? It seems to me like a lot of liberals are just like, well, the Democratic Party has shifted a lot of their positions to 2020 Trump. So I guess we're on board with 2020 Trump now. We love it. We are enjoying it. So I guess in 2028, they will be also waving the mass deportation flags. By the time 2028 comes around, they'll be like, well, there's nothing we could do. Sweetie, if you don't actually advocate for mass deportation of all undocumented migrants on U.S. soil because they're doing unimaginable amounts of crimes and rapes, okay? 12 billion Guatemalans are actually killing a gorillion Americans, actually, and they've eaten all the fucking cats. The Haitians, okay? 25 million Haitians have destroyed the domestic pet population of the entire state of Ohio. What the Sigma, sweetie? You have to vote for the Democrats for mass deportation. There's no other way. After all, if the Democrats don't win, Super Hitler is going to do something worse than mass deportations. I don't know. I guess they'll like fucking mass deport like all brown people too, like suspected Hispanics or something. I don't know. I mean, that's what it looks like right now. Actually, all things considered, they'll probably cut the 4 year trajectory of the Democrats inevitably positioning themselves as the Democrats. The Republicans for 4 years prior. That'll shorten that time frame. Will go to 2 years, and then eventually it will be openly uniparty. Okay, until there is not a single fucking issue that is distinctive between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Hasan is currently doing Anna Kasparian 4 years from now. In 2028, libs will be like, yeah, the Dems aren't counter messaging against the anti-trans bills, but at least they're raising the minimum wage a little bit, or not even raising the minimum wage, just saying that they're going to raise the minimum wage a little bit, but having an opportunity to raise the minimum wage and refusing to do it. Because that is precisely what happened. Yeah, I mean, this is centrist advocates moderate approach to genocide. Yeah. The only thing that the Democrats haven't like fully capitulated to is like January 6th being good. You know? Yet. We'll see. We'll see where the Democrats land on that next election cycle, maybe by the midterms. Felix Biederman will be in the building tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, let's watch the fucking View. Do we have the full View coverage on it?
Trump.
We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Former Trump administration officials who argue he isn't fit to be president are featured in a new Harris campaign ad that will run during the debate. And in the coming days, both nominees will hit battleground state.
Hey, Weisha, before you go, what more are you learning about how Kamala Harris is going to approach this debate tonight?
Well, our sources tell us that she really wants to focus on policy over personality and that she'll be drawing a contrast between herself and Trump throughout the night. We also know that she has been studying his past debate performances to collect information about how to rattle him, how to provoke him, so that she can, in their words, get him to reveal who he really is. They have long been frustrated that Americans have what they call Trump amnesia.
Yeah, the best thing to do then is to fucking literally cut against the Trump immigration agenda by being like, look how weird these guys are. I don't know if she's got the riz to pull that off, but look how fucking weird these guys are that Donald Trump is posting about how Haitian migrants are eating cats. Okay? That's weird as fuck. Here's the View debate segment. No, I don't want the View debate segment. I want Fox, the Fox 5 debate segment. I misspoke.
So when
I misspoke. I don't want to watch the View. I meant the Fox 5. My goats. I want to hear Jessica Tarkov escape from Tarkov, turn around, and fucking be like, Kamala is the biggest Zionist. You guys don't understand. She loves Israel. That's why she's going to win every fucking vote. That's content right there. That's what I want to see.
So they want to remind them. But, this could be her only chance to do that. Usually we're talking about 3 presidents.
Just wanted to give you in chat the happy news. My brother-in-law Ayub's surgery went well, and he and his family raised enough money to get to Egypt, where they have a relative who will sponsor them. They leave next week, and while they're sad to leave Gaza, they're happy to be safe. Thanks to chat for all the love. Hell yeah. Shouts out to Ayub. Even though he said Austin is his favorite, which, not the best opinion, I think. But I think at this point, you should just keep saying she's 100% going to lose if she won't turn around. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I still think that she has a shot of winning this election. It's just unimaginably close for no fucking reason.
Debates in a cycle, and this is the only one on the books, and there's a chance that these nominees do not agree to another one. So to your point earlier, Gail, this is also maybe her one chance to make sure Americans know who she is and her team knows the pressure is on.
I know, Weisha, depending on how it turns out tonight. It will be interesting to see if there will be another debate. We shall see. Thank you, Weisha.
Just hours from now, the first and maybe only president.
It's just so funny because, the Democrats keep running towards the Republicans in terms of their positions and then are shocked that the race is close. It's like, bro, you're literally bouldering in their direction. Why the fuck would you think the race is any different then? Americans see it and they're like, I don't know. I don't know who to fucking vote for. Both these guys kind of suck. And then they're like, I don't get it. I don't know why this race is so close. It's like, bro, just make some, distinguish yourself a little bit.
Presidential debate between Vice President Harris and former President Trump. The face-off also notably the first time the two rivals will have met. Trump skipped President Biden's inauguration where they would have all been together.
How are you feeling?
Harris arriving in Philadelphia Monday after a series of mock debate sessions, complete with a stage and TV lighting, according to campaign sources. Sources also tell NBC News Harris and her team are focusing on ways to try to needle Trump, to provoke him, and that Harris has studied past Trump debate clips, like those where he lashed out at Hillary Clinton in 2016.
Such a nasty
trust fund.
And repeatedly interrupted Joe Biden 4 years later.
Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now. Make sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question because the question is radical left. Will you shut up, man?
But tonight the rules say the mics will be muted when it's not a candidate's turn to speak. Harris previewing her mindset.
We should be prepared for the fact that he is not burdened by telling the truth.
Less formal debate prep for the former president. Among those advising him, former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who tangled with Harris in a primary debate 5 years ago. Now, some of Trump's allies urging him to focus on policy. His rival turned supporter Nikki Haley delivering this warning.
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance need to change the way they speak about women. You don't need to go and talk about intelligence or looks or anything else. Just focus on the policies.
Tonight's debate punctuates a frenetic 3-month political stretch that began with President Biden's dismal debate performance that ultimately forced his exit from the race.
If we finally beat Medicare.
Among Trump's priorities to tie Harris to Biden, and with the polls still neck and neck, tonight poses what could be the last major shakeup in this race. So among the critical moments to watch for tonight, what happens right out of the gates? Do Harris and Trump shake hands? Trump allies, as we just heard, they are urging the former president to focus on policy, not personality, keying in on issues like inflation and immigration and continued conflicts overseas. But this morning, the Harris campaign is already trying to get under Trump's skin, releasing a new ad featuring former President Obama, mocking Trump's obsession with crowd size. Notably, Savannah, no crowd tonight, just the two candidates and the two moderators. Back to you.
Peter, thank you. Enjoy.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific.